Yeah. This was faster.
Yeah.
Right?
We've been doing this a while.
That doesn't matter.
I was going to say last week was the worst one.
I feel like we've gotten worse over time. My favorite is that you said after last week's episode to me in a text, this is one of my favorite episodes. I'll promote it. And then you didn't promote it.
I know.
Toiling in obscurity. That's what podcasting is about.
There's the title. We're done for the day.
Worldwide platform, biggest soapbox ever. In obscurity. No.
Listen, that's a good title.
I haven't had the wherewithal was the last thing you said to me before the music stopped.
I haven't.
This podcast brought to you by Rise Mushroom Coffee. Superfoods.
I just ordered some.
Did you really?
Sponsor us, Rise. It's on the way to me.
Did you get it because I told you to get it, or did Instagram?
But both of you have been telling me.
Listen.
Anyway, guys.
Good for your gut health and your digestion.
Okay.
Inflammation.
I'm looking forward to it.
Superfood mushrooms. Panja's Rise. If anyone's gonna, they might.
Well, if we're both drinking it.
I'm drinking it.
If we're hawking it on the webs.
They'll be like, don't sponsor them because we don't want people to think that Rise makes you do whatever it is that these two do. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands podcast, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 115.
Rise edition.
That's how you get a sponsor. You come right out the gate with the name of a product.
You do it. You don't, and you don't explain why you're saying it. Yeah. And you don't, you also don't have high hopes. Here, you come in with a low bar.
Every time.
And if you get over it.
Yeah. Yay.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, here we are, guys. We're back this week with you. And just to get this out there right out of the gate, last week we had some tough news to report that a dear friend of the podcast had been struggling health-wise, and we're so sad to report that. Our pal Maddie, our dear friend Maddie, passed away last week. And you may remember her as our pal who always brought us the best chips from Mexico. She was living in Mexico for a while, and she loved to bring us crazy chip flavors. And she was just the best. She was brilliant. She was funny. She was kind, selfless, creative. And she will be terribly, terribly missed. So we just wanted to put that out there. We wanted to honor her and give her and her people a shout out. Yeah, it's been a week, you know. I truly haven't had the wherewithal.
I get it.
I know.
I get it.
I know. Guys, life is short. Life is short, and really, really treasure it. And my friend and my fellow teaching partner, Rob, said in a message this week, he was talking about this with Maddie, but he said that so much of life is spent living with the tension of the beautiful and the terrible, you know? And he cited last week as an example, right? Like losing a friend, losing Maddie, but also celebrating and marking like the start of school and new beginnings and excitement. And that's a lot of what last week was, you know?
Yeah.
So living in that balance of the beautiful and the terrible. But Maddie, we loved you, and we're sure gonna miss you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, the good from last week was we were finishing up last minute things. We were starting school. How are you guys feeling? Getting back into the swing of things.
We are.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We are feeling.
We are feeling.
We are feeling.
We're feeling.
I was trying to think of, if you asked me how I was this week.
Yeah.
I was trying to come up with a word. Cooked.
Cooked. Listen, that's what the youths would say.
I am cooked.
That's what the youth say. And look at you.
And not in a good way either. Like I'm just cooked.
Yeah.
I'm a sunny side up.
A lot of new beginnings in your household. A lot of feelings.
We are.
We are feeling.
feeling.
Yeah. But here we are. It's the third day
Yeah.
And do you feel like you're kind of getting the new rhythm? Because middle school starts so early and ends so early.
And I'm doing a Billy Madison thing where I've gone back to middle school, and it's poorly received. It has not aged well since the 90s.
And that's the new beginning, guys.
Guys, I've gone back to school.
Hey, will you stop your video and restart it?
Sure.
Ready, set, go.
Restart my video?
Yeah, restart it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I thought mine had started, but it had not.
Oh, so we're bad.
So we're starting now.
The good news is our video component is non-existent. Not even before you didn't have the wherewithal.
Because you didn't have the wherewithal.
When you had all the wherewithal, when you had wherewithal, we still...
You had none.
None.
Guys.
I had some. Hold on. I've done full episode edits. I've done individual clip edits.
Yeah.
I just don't have to... I can't do whole episodes.
I get that. I'm just saying for
something that's crazy though.
What?
His dear friend Michael Trepanier has told me that there is a software that will edit the thing based on who's talking. But
we'll look into that, guys.
I won't.
When we have the wherewithal.
I don't have the wherewithal. Where is it? It's with all. And where is it all? Not here. We've none.
Listen.
None.
Guys, our social media presence over the last several weeks has been pretty non-existent. Now, those of you who are our social media stans,
sure,
you will have noticed that I haven't done an algorithm roundup for weeks.
Where is it?
3. We haven't done video clips either. Guys, we have been doing episodes, though. So if you're getting caught back up with us, go back and listen.
Pretty sure last week you came in, and when you sat down to record, I go, we're not doing video today.
You did say that.
I
can't do it.
I can. I'm cooked.
I'm cooked. Yeah. It's been a summer, guys. We've had some beautiful moments this summer, and we've had some rough moments this summer. But I'll tell you what, we're back in a routine, and it feels good.
Well,
it's gonna feel
there we go.
Good.
It's good. That's that clip of Tobias on Arrested Development where they go, how is it, or how things when you first meet Tobias? He goes, it's good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Speak it into existence.
That's kind of how I feel.
I know. Well, do you have anything to share with us about? Well, God, his eyes just got huge.
About why I cooked?
Just like anything other than back to school that's been happening this week. Anything that people need to know?
I feel, and this is not unique to me, because parents all over the world have to deal with these sorts of challenges. Single parents, co-parents, parents together, parents separate, all the things. So it's everybody has their challenges.
Yes.
This past few weeks, I've had to be a utility player, just kind of do what needs done.
Sure.
Which again is not unique to me. People do it every single day.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, cooked.
Well, here's the thing we were talking about the other night. About you. We were talking about you the other night.
Go ahead.
You were there. It was at the family cookout.
Oh.
You
cooked out.
The family cooked out. That's what we called it, because we're all cooked out. Not coked out.
I was about to say,
guys, let's be very specific.
Pastor Blaster's back. Here
Put
she
another
comes.
O in there.
Here she comes.
You don't like change.
No.
You don't.
Don't.
You like to wear some grooves in the ground.
Yeah.
And you like to stay in them.
Yeah.
Your cart and buggy likes to stay in the grooves.
Hey, Leo.
Leo's next to me on the couch, guys. He's snorting.
Quit snorting. Speaking of coked out, here's my dog just doing rails of Colombian Bam Bam over here while we're trying to do a family-friendly podcast. Family show. Bad dog.
No, oh, look. You hurt his feelings.
He wagged his tail and looked at you like, derp.
I can't make eye contact or he'll climb in my lap. Okay. You don't like change. And so this has been a lot of change for you and for your family. 2 new schools, one for Lindsay, after 17 years at the same school, correct? Or close to?
Yeah.
15, something like that.
Sure.
Between 15 and 17. 16?
74. Guys.
74 years at the same
since the
school.
Carter administration.
But I mean, it's been a lot for all of you guys. None of you really like change.
I think, no, I don't think that anyone
in your family does.
No. And yeah, it just has been. It's just, and it's not, it's, again, not unique to me or us, but to
just a new season.
Start a new job, and Benny transitioning into not just a new school year, but a new school entirely.
Yep.
Having to kind of ease into that.
And it's middle school.
It is middle school.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so and then it was just a lot going
and work's been a lot.
It's sure. But we're just,
right.
It's just,
I know.
Yeah. We are.
But it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
It is. Yes. Same. It's just been a whole lot of things. Like,
don't compare your plight with mine. Here's the thing. I rarely get to stand up and be recognized. Guys, hold on. For so long, I've been held down. For so long, I've been
for
far too long. It's my time. Tell me I'm good. Guys, tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Thank you. I was going to say it now one more time.
You're good.
Good and cooked.
Well, same. Jeff has been traveling. He was in London last week, and so just managing all of the last minute details, the doctor's appointments, the hair appointments, the schedule walkthroughs, all of those things. It has been a lot, but again, I will say our routines have been totally off. It's been a sweet summer with a lot of sweet moments. There have been some challenges, but I feel like of late, toward the tail end of the summer, we've been languishing a bit. Yeah. There's been a little too much Herkel-Dirklen. To go round.
I see. Okay.
And
God, my kingdom for a Herkel-Dirkle right now. I'm telling you, take my eyes, but not the Herkel or the Dirkle. Honestly, if it's a Sophie's choice between anything and a Herkel-Dirkle right now, call me Hercules because I'm Dirkling these. Guys, honestly.
Seriously, though, the last 3 days have been the most productive. I have worked out again. I've been writing. I've been checking things off my to-do list. It feels good. I feel empowered for the first time in months, actually.
Well, that's awesome.
I feel like I got some control back a little bit.
Well.
But I will say there have also been, aside from school getting back in session, some big things happening. So last Friday, Mom and I got to do something really special. I love that you just looked at Leo and put your finger to your lips as if he knows what that means.
He knows ASL. No, honestly, behind the scenes, very casually, I've been teaching my dog American Sign Language.
Have you?
And German commands. Tight!
He did just lay his head down.
9. Prost, guten Abend, schönen Tag, schönen.
He hasn't moved. Okay, so back to this. This is important. So on Friday, Mom and I got to do something really special. Mom has a former student and a former classmate of mine named Tremaine Wood, who is currently serving time. He's currently serving time on death row in the Oklahoma prison system. And so Mom has been in communication with him over the years, and the facts of his case, in my opinion, don't support the death penalty. I'm not a proponent of the death penalty in general.
Sure.
And we don't have to get into that now, but specifically in this case, the facts of the case do not support the death penalty. If you look at legally, things just don't line up. And so Mom and I were interviewed for a documentary, on his case and on him as a person. And I remember him from middle school, and we were asked to talk about him as a student and as a kid in those days. And so that felt really special. That felt really weighty, right? To raise awareness about his case. If you're interested in his case, I highly encourage you to check that out. But we met some really wonderful people who do important work around death penalty reform across the United States. And it just felt like a real privilege to meet them and work with them.
Great.
And I was so proud of Mom. There were several times I was sitting on the couch next to her as she was saying her piece for the documentary, and I just looked at her and I thought, man, look at you, Crindy.
She'll get into it.
She's a warrior is what she is.
Yeah.
It was really special. I was so proud of her, so grateful to be part of that project. But other back to school things, the Husky kickoff was on Friday night, which is the big like football kickoff for Edmond North and Edmond middle schools and stuff.
Sure.
So guys, it's been so hot here. Like heat index of like 109.
If you guys are playing, if you guys have your Cold Hands, Warm Hearts bingo cards,
get those out.
Ashley's talking
weather. Get your daubers.
Ashley's talking weather.
Yeah, guys, daub it out.
Daub and win.
The weather square.
The weather square, daub it. You've already got the gratis square in the middle.
Free. That's Latin.
Gracias. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Listen. But guys, it's just been brutal. So the middle schoolers were supposed to scrimmage one another, but because of the unhealthy heat, and that's how we've been describing it, they can't wear their helmets. So they just got out there for 20 minutes and did some drills with the high school coaches.
We used to.
Did you was it?
Yes.
Was it this hot though?
Yes.
Do we blame global warmings? Did you have an unhealthy heat index?
Yes.
Of 109?
There were a lot of unhealthy things about me. Listen. We did. It was heat, like
sweltering.
It was sweltering. Heat stroke was not considered.
Yeah.
Concussions not considered.
Yeah. It was the 90s.
And to be perfectly honest, we've got all of that to thank for this. Whatever this was, they took
for this lack of wherewithal.
They took a little rabbit-mouthed cream puff who just wanted to play a little pigskin.
I love that that's the first
what?
Rabbit-mouthed cream puff.
Do you remember what my mouth looked like? I was a little bunny.
Do you know what the first words that popped into my mind about myself?
What?
Grill-mouthed string bean.
Yeah. Grill-mouthed string bean and a rabbit-mouthed cream puff. Just sweating around the 405. Just here they are.
The 405?
Can't drive past Highway 51. Can't get on 35 yet. My little bunny rab. My little bun. You could pop on down to the Consumer's IGA for some cabbages.
What?
I'm a rabbit in this instance.
I get it.
But I'm like not a regular rabbit. Like I'm like Big Chungus. Do you know Big Chungus?
I do.
He's one of my favorite memes.
I do know Big Chungus.
Yeah, he's your brother.
He's sitting across from me right now. But I do think that's an interesting thing to consider, right? Is it
Go ahead.
Is it global warming? Is it just an awareness of heat stroke and the issues posed by heat stroke?
I think, okay.
Is it? Because
guys,
I don't remember those things being considered
guys, the earth
back
is
in
flat.
our day.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
The earth
Welcome
is flat.
to Conspiracy Corner.
The earth is flat.
Uh-huh.
The world has not gotten warmer by a degree.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Concussions? Myth.
Whoa. Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
No, here's what I think.
I don't know.
I think it's a combination of factors.
Okay.
I think that it feels like it would be difficult to argue the fact that temperatures consistently are higher. Mm-hmm. I'm not a science doctor.
Right.
I'm not a rocket man.
Right.
I've never been to Spain, but I have. That's a song. But I can tell you that when you look at the temperatures, pretty hot.
It's hot.
Pretty hot. But do I think that even with the temperatures that we had back in the 20th century?
Yeah. Gosh.
I think
the 1900s.
I think that we were practicing in some unhealthily hot conditions,
Sure.
2-a-days. So I think that it's a combination.
There was some vomiting. There was some passing out.
Oh, I have literally stepped onto a sideline with my hair wringing, barfed, and then had them go, okay, back in, Birdwell. And I went,
slapped you on the helmet.
and I went, Gerp, and then went out there and started banging my head into other adolescents.
Right, which is exactly what you need after heat stroke.
Well, listen, they call that a double whammy. And and every time you got a heat stroke, double whammy with a concussion, you got a sticker for your helmet.
Yes.
And they say, good job.
Good job, buddy.
Good job, bunny. hop on back out there and throw your body in harm's way.
And you wanted a helmet full of those stickers.
So that you can play this game, the score of which you'll never remember, the temporary glory, so you can go back to school on parade your Accutane face around the all-purpose room for your chicken poppers and chalky milk. And here he is.
Here he is.
Forgot his times tables, but they won.
His helmet's full of stickers.
Dude, have you seen his helmet? Sticker City. Looks like a bathroom stall wall at a music venue. It's just stickers galore.
Listen, why do we let our children play this game? Oh, yeah, because they love it.
Glory.
So anyway, all of that to say, it was too hot at the Husky kickoff.
All that to say, the Earth's flat. Global warming's a hoax. Concussions aren't real.
Get the kids out on the field.
It's too hot. Get them out.
So they did some drills. And Harrison this year, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one of his electives, again, is the Husky Network, where he's helping film and broadcast all of the events at the high school. So he was there up in the crow's nest, we call it.
Yeah, we do.
Just sweating. Yeah. No fans up there.
No.
You know, hot air.
Closer to the sun.
Hot air rises.
Closer to the sun.
Enclosed.
Yeah, flew too close to the sun on wings of journalism. Here he goes.
So anyway, both of them came home soaking wet. But the next day, sorry, I lost my place. The next day, Saturday night.
Why are you so sweaty?
Because it's hot, guys.
Middle school Brandon, why are you so sweaty?
Because
I opened a bag of M&Ms. Because I was opening a bag of M&Ms. That's have you heard that? It's kind of a ripoff. I only say this because I know that dear friend and listener of the pod, Amanda, would call me out on it because she loves calling out bits if I've accidentally ripped one off. It's a Kevin James bit from the 90s where that's a joke. It's like, why are you so sweaty, Kevin? He goes, I peeled an orange. Like, that's the whole bit. It's a good bit.
It's a good bit.
Anyway,
guys.
Eat that, Amanda. You can't call me out on it.
We love you, Amanda. On Saturday evening, we had a family cooked out at Mom and Dad's. The kids swam.
We had a family coked out at Crindy's house.
We did, Crindy and Harry's. And it was lovely. The kids swam. I'm going to ask you, what was the champion food item at this event? And I think I know what you're going to say. Champion food item. It was a real last minute thing.
I know what you think I'm going to say.
Okay.
You think I'm going to say the elotes corn.
Yes.
Now, you're not wrong.
Okay.
But I'm also going to have to give credit to the burgers that Jeff made.
Those are good burgers.
They were delicious burgers.
They were good burgers.
And, guys, a burger is pretty easy just to be like a standard centerpiece, nothing exceptional about it, whatever. But these were good burgers. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure and call those out. But yeah.
Well-seasoned.
Yeah, sure. Sure. But the corn was delicious.
Well, and the great thing about the corn is that it was kind of an afterthought. He scrounged around, he being Jeff, my husband, scrounged around and found some ears of corn in the fridge, grilled them, sliced it off the cob. And they didn't have any, is it cotija cheese that you're supposed to use? Well, they didn't have that. He used powdered parm.
That'll work.
Guys, it was so delicious. I went back for multiple helpings.
It was like Italian elotes.
I just feel like it was all the better because it was a last minute thing. And I just think that speaks to Jeff's culinary skills.
Yeah, no, it was good corn.
Yeah.
Calm down. It was good corn. Take it easy. Take it easy, Madre. The corn was pretty great.
Take it easy. Okay, Sunday.
Get that corn out of my face.
Put that corn in.
Put that corn in my face.
Sunday, went to church. You jammed for the lamb. And then after church, Hope had her sewing reception. She takes sewing lessons still and has been taking them for 1 year's time.
Anywhere, yes.
Her sewing teacher, Miss Jane, who is wonderful, has got kind of a nice little thing going. She's got like 15 students. And she hosted a get-together in her home Sunday afternoon. Cool. They all brought their handicrafts.
Sure.
And they walked around and they talked about their handicrafts. and they showed them, and they were all wearing things that they had made.
Yeah.
It was actually really sweet.
Yeah, I hate that I missed that.
A little sewing recital.
I hate that I missed that.
Oh, well, I know. But for people who love to sew.
When's the next one?
It was people of all ages.
When's the next one?
You're not invited.
I'm busy that day.
You're not invited.
What? No, which day? When is it?
Not invited.
I'm busy.
I wouldn't tell you.
No, I can't. I'm not allowed at sewing events.
No.
I was at one once and it got heated.
I got crazy.
It got heated.
No, you're never invited. Okay, so Jeff was gone last week. He was in London. But he had an experience. What?
Sorry, I just had a whole thing in my head about just a person getting too worked up at a sewing event and being banned forever.
What did they do?
Banned from the yarn barn.
What did they do?
Someone just comes in hot, gets real upset because someone doesn't recognize the superiority of my cross stitch.
Stitching.
Listen, Janice, I know you've been at this a while and I'm the young gun on the sewing scene. Crochet. But I'll tell you one thing. If I'm nitpicking, you're stitching.
You're confusing your fiber arts.
You're confusing
Obviously.
your fiber arts, madam. Come in the yarn barn and tell me my business. You wouldn't know a him if it came up and bit you on the hinds. Okay, Janice. KJ Bones. Come into the yarn barn and talk at me with that nonsense. That's old school, darling. Welcome to the 90s, Janice. Stitch, please. Home sweet home. Home sweet home, Janice. Nice pot holder.
Go back to your quilting bee, Janice. Just a whole line of merch with
My house now.
quippy saying.
Just a fella coming in hot. Anyway.
Just ruining the whole sewing recital. Anyway, it was actually really sweet, guys.
Shawls. What I love about this is I know so little about this world.
But you're tossing around terms like you know.
Well, listen, I get
you know just enough
to be dangerous.
The Brandon Birdwell story.
It's 100%. Man, if that is not, that's going in the hat.
That's a really good memoir title. Listen, intrigue right off the bat.
Sure.
Okay, so Jeff was traveling last week. He was in London, and he had an experience that he often has, usually on the way home, right? After a long travel week, the time zones are really getting to him. Yeah. He's missing the kids, missing me, hopefully.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
This is
wishful thinking,
this
right?
This is spousal editorializing.
After 21 years of marriage. Mm-hmm. Anyway, guys, so he often has an experience that we like to call tears on a plane. And he's okay with me sharing this.
Oh, when you watch a movie and you cry?
Totally.
Dude, it's okay. So there's a scientific phenomenon that's actually a thing.
No way, on a plane?
You are far more susceptible to cry and be emotional at things due to the altitude. And so, dude.
No way.
Don't show me Field of Dreams on a plane. Don't show me Big Fish.
Big Fish.
Don't show me Air Bud. Don't show me Air Bud Golden Receiver. Don't show it to me.
Listen.
Because when he catches that touchy down, when my footy ball puppy dog crosses the end zone.
Tears on a plane.
Waterworks.
That's fascinating. I've never heard that. And I think that will come as a comfort to Jeff. He's accepted it. It happens most trips.
Thank you, producer. The lower than usual air pressure causes mild hypoxia in the brain, low oxygen levels. These affect our cognition and make us less able to regulate our emotions and manage stress. This is usually manifested by people crying when they watch sad movies or generally feeling on edge.
Hey.
Makes you wonder how Sam Jackson kept it together with all those snakes. Can't regulate emotions.
Keep it together.
How
if
did
you'll
Harrison
recall.
Ford keep it together and Air Force One?
Also did not keep it together.
Anyway, that's but yeah, I've actually been fascinated with that lately because I've always felt just like a big old wet head when I fly, because I will literally be sitting here like doing the thing where it's like you lean your head back to like fight off the tears, so you seem like a macho air traveler.
Wow.
Which is something I really care about.
Sure.
But I've always felt like, why? Why? And then I've heard other people talk about it on podcasts actually lately. And so,
No way.
no, it's an actual thing.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What's crazy is, and I mean this 100%, you know, I emote. Okay.
Wait a minute.
And so I don't.
Welcome to Spicy Take Corner.
Welcome. But guys, I don't notice a change in my emotions on an airplane. I don't notice. But for people who aren't typically criers, I could see how this could be a little bit surprising or unnerving.
It's the great regulator, guys. In order to understand how Ashley Engle feels all the time,
on the daily,
get on an airplane,
get on one,
and watch Airbud Wide Retriever,
right? Golden
Receiver,
yeah,
Airbuds in Space,
and then you'll get what it's like to live in this brain.
No, thank you.
But this time Jeff was watching If. And I know you didn't enjoy that, but he had just watched it with the kid. Here's another thing about Jeff Engle. Jeff Engle is a rewatcher. Yeah. And I know you are too. I will rewatch certain movies, but there are some I will never rewatch. And I feel like we've talked about this before.
It depends. I literally am currently obsessed with a podcast that's the whole premise. And they will.
That's right. It's called The Rewatchers.
And the Rewatchables. And they will only do certain, like, they're huge movie fans, but they acknowledge, like, some movies, not rewatchable.
No.
But some, infinitely rewatchable.
Right.
And
comedies.
So I even like I'm listening to one about Goodfellas right now, which I agree.
Sure.
So
okay.
rewatchable.
Okay.
And not hilarious.
No. But a cultural staple in the zeitgeist.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's so great. But yes, so I'm a rewatcher too if the movie calls for it.
See, Jeff will rewatch everything all the time. No, I'm not even kidding. He has no problem with it. Also, my kids are rereaders. My kids will reread a book over and over again.
Benny will too, but it's got to be a real special. It's got to be a specific book for me. There's maybe 3 or 4 books in my lifetime that I've read more than once.
But do you do it back to back?
No.
See, my kids will even do it in a short span of time. And not just short books, like novels.
It's got to be a revisit for me. Like, my favorite book ever is Confederacy of Dunces. I've read that probably 4 times, but it's been separated by, the first time maybe I was excited and it was separated by like 8 months to a year. The next time was probably 2 years. Like, I'll take longer breaks.
Yeah.
But every now and again, there's a couple of books that I like to revisit.
Yeah.
Periodically. But other than that, I don't have
for posterity.
Yeah, and just to remind myself of like what it is that I liked about it. Because it's like,
right.
I don't feel super cool telling someone, oh, this is my favorite anything, and then have them be like, oh, what did you think about this part? And me be like, a derp.
Right.
So it's nice to just refresh so you know what you're talking about.
I get that.
Anyway.
I get that. So speaking of travel, on the
Segway Queen is back.
She's got the wherewithal for segways.
Keep going. What are you doing?
That's all I have today. That's all
She
I got.
She couldn't segue. She couldn't even do it.
I already did.
I want a credit sequence of that with an actual song with you riding around on a Segway.
I can't ride one.
Just in mom jeans.
We've talked about this. I can't ride a Segway.
You're not built for Segway.
You're not either.
You've never seen me Segway.
We discussed this on a whole thing.
Yeah, no, I'll topple. I'll be like one of those weebles.
Okay, guys. Okay, so on Instagram during the Olympics, very active on social media, guys. People would say, you know, where they're like, post a pic of you in Paris in honor of the Olympics, or like, everybody tap in or tag in or whatever.
Tap in.
Isn't that what they say?
Tap in, file it away with demure. We're all saying things.
Demure. That is a whole thing right now.
I don't know what it means. I know what demure means, but I don't know.
It stems from a video of this woman. She's talking about, this is how I am for work. And and it's just funny the way she says it, and people just latched.
I hate it.
Just latched.
I saw someone post something today that said, it's a lady dancing, and it said me not knowing why everyone's saying demure, but not having the energy to care to ask why. And I was like, that's me.
That's me. I don't have the wherewithal.
I simply don't. Where is it? Where's all?
So anyway,
Tap in
at, you in Paris for the Olympics. And I was thinking about I've been to Paris 2 times in my life.
Oh, okay. Look at you. Sacre bleu.
One time I was 18. It was my freshman year of college. I went with mom and dad. Now you weren't there.
I wasn't invited.
You were doing baseball things. And I don't remember
That's how
what
I would
they
describe
were.
it.
I don't remember what they were, but you were unable to join because you had some kind of a camp or a something.
I got home alone. Good.
No.
Guys. No. They said, hey.
He did not.
Ashley said, hang tight right here, Brandon. I'm going out for cigarettes and I'll be right back. And she went to Paris, France.
They have the best cigarettes.
Here I am, fending off 2 bandits. At home doing baseball things. Pshaw. I'm defending the homestead while you're out eating baguettes.
Mom and dad were with me.
Riding unicycles.
They ditched you too.
You're off somewhere trapped in an invisible box.
Yeah.
Dad's pulling on a rope no one can see. Mom's jingling a hat around trying to pay their way. Here I am, Marv and Harry.
Listen.
Puffy Bunny.
Doing baseball things.
Trying to keep the house safe, a.k.a. doing baseball things. Au revoir, family. Bonsoir.
Listen, you did. You had some kind of a camp or like a workshop or a training thing or something.
I was just at home feeling left out.
No, you were invited, but you chose baseball things over Paris.
Eating bouillabaisse.
No,
Is that French?
Yes, you were invited.
Okay.
You were doing baseball things. Okay, but mom and I and dad and I, we went to London and we went to Paris. And we flew into Paris. And I remember on the airplane being so exhausted, but I could not fall asleep. I'm a terrible plane sleeper. Absolutely terrible.
Okay.
I have to be so tired if I'm going to catch any Z's on a plane at all. Couldn't do it. So I, in my wisdom, my 18-year-old wisdom, fished around in my bag, and I think I had packed like some Tylenol PM or something for the flight, but I didn't realize how much time was left. There was an hour left in the flight.
You popped one too close to deplaning.
I sure did.
Oh, gotta time your
You got to time it. So I arrive in Paris, and I just remember being so overwhelmed in the Charles de Gaulle airport, seeing, and I had been taking French. I took French.
What airport?
The airport in Paris.
That's what it's called?
Yeah. And so I remember seeing all the signs in French, and my brain was trying to make sense of them. I just felt so overwhelmed. No one was speaking English, and mom and dad were trying to figure out where we were going. And I just remember pulling my suitcase in the middle of this massive terminal and just setting it down. And then I sat on it. And the next thing I knew, mom and dad were shaking me awake. I had just fallen asleep sitting up on my suitcase.
We got another one. We got another American.
She took her pill too close to landing.
Come on down to the Tom DeLonge terminal. We got another.
Tom DeLonge.
We got another American who can't handle her Tylenol PM.
If there's ever
research shows this is a family of 4. Where's the 4th one? Can you track down the 4th one? Can you put eyes on the 4th one? Where's the cat? Where's the frail? The cat of frail.
Where's the boy? Where's the frere?
Where's the frere? Is he in the Tom DeLonge terminal or the Jacques Cousteau terminal? Which one? Where is he?
He's doing baseball stuff.
Is he down at the rental car at Escargots? Where's the frere? Did you take too many of the recommended dose of the, how you say, Tylenol? Tylenol.
Tylenol noir.
Where? Noir?
Listen.
You are supposed to take the Tylenol for the day. That's German. We're German now.
Listen. So that was my introduction to Paris.
Not mine.
What?
Never been. The frere ain't there. We don't have the frere withal. Guys, he's gone. Man, French stuff.
Did you see?
I love that my Home Alone experience, they were going to France then too. This is my life is Kevin McAllister's life. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So that was my introduction to Paris. I should have known that we were in for more. We woke up the next morning. Maybe it was a couple, because we did have some good times in Paris. But we went to breakfast at our hotel one morning, and I had a bag that I had looped over the back of my chair. Got up to get breakfast, and my bag was stolen, and my passport was in my bag.
Your bag was stolen in French?
Yeah, in French. It was stolen.
I honestly did not mean to say French.
In French, it was stolen at our hotel. Presumably by one of the waiters in the hotel. We thought we knew who it was, but we couldn't prove it. So it was a whole thing. So we spent most of one day at the American Embassy in Paris.
Exotic.
Right. And my passport, it was kind of cool because for years, 10 years, I guess, however the length of time is for a passport back then, was from Paris, my passport.
That's cool.
And it was stamped the American Embassy in Paris. But anyway, later, once we had arrived back home to Stillwater, America, I received a package in the mail. It was my bag. Inside my bag was my disposable camera that I had been using.
Oh, I remember this.
To take pictures on the trip at the Louvre and whatnot, the Tour Eiffel. Yeah. And I noticed that some cash had been taken. I didn't really have much, maybe like $20. Thank goodness.
There's a picture of me from that time period just shagging balls in the outfield by myself. Just
doing baseball stuff. Anyway, I noticed that all the pictures are used up on this camera, so I get them developed tentatively at the, quickie photo or whatever it was called.
That's what it was called.
It was called that. And a lot of selfies.
Dude.
Of the Parisian police. Possibly of the thief.
I want it to be of the thief because if it is, that is, who says French people aren't hilarious?
I know.
Because that is peak comedy.
And do you know what I have written in the agenda right now? Lots of selfies of the police. Maybe one of the thief didn't have the wherewithal to pursue it. That's why I've been saying it so much, because I typed it into the agenda.
I think that is... You gotta love it. It's like crimes. It's like the story about how the person who broke into the car and stole all of the CDs, like the whole CD book, but just put the, took the Will Smith CDs out and left them on the console. It's like, you can't be mad at this criminal because they're hilarious. They got
panache.
Dude.
They got some personality.
I have your bag. This my bag.
Fromage. Click.
C'est fromage. Here's one for the frère. Show him what he's missing.
Listen, I know. Listen, Parisians don't care.
No.
And I love that about them.
That's actually what's listed on a plaque as you get off the plane at the Tom DeLonge Airport. Is it just says Parisians don't care.
Tom DeLonge. Forever, that's what it will be called.
And as you're walking through the airport, all you hear is, "Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep on planes.
That's why
I need my Tylenol PM."
It's so disorienting when you get off the plane because you're like, "What's happening? Am I not in Paris?"
That's their plan. And then you spin out and fall asleep, and some waiter jacks your fanny pack so he can take some selfies and send them to the frere. Here, welcome to France. You're gonna hate it.
Listen, we had a great time.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds like it.
So, news from the Nextdoor app.
Didn't even get a postcard.
Sorry. Actually, I think I did send you one.
No, I wasn't around.
I was doing baseball stuff.
I was doing baseball stuff.
Okay, guys, news from the Nextdoor app. Ellen is really upset about cats in her yard.
Sure.
And the tone of this post: keep your cats indoors. I absolutely do not want nor deserve
Okay.
for them
Some real high-minded stuff here. Like, who deserves what?
to be in my private backyard
Sure.
chasing the birds I watch and bunnies away. My yard is not your litter box. Your cat is not my problem.
Kind of sounds like it is.
And then the ending sentence was, I am absolutely getting tired of this.
Yeah.
Ellen does not like cats in her private backyard. She doesn't deserve it.
Dear Ellen,
She doesn't deserve it.
I'm not trying to hurt your felines,
Felines.
but good luck controlling a gato.
You can't.
A chat?
They have no boundaries.
A chat? This frere knows that a chat cannot be tamed. If you guys listen, if a chat goes to the outside, it's gonna do what it wants.
It is.
And spoiler alert, Ellen, they can climb things.
They can climb fences.
So what? A cat on a leash, that's a psycho. If I see a person with a cat on a leash,
I saw one this morning.
jail.
Saw one this morning.
Jail. Cat on a leash,
Tears on a plane.
jail.
I saw it this morning at the school.
Did you really?
It was a kitten
Walking a chat?
trying to.
Who walks a chat? On a leash. You can't. That's a dog apparatus. Chats roam free.
They do.
You let them go, and they climb into Ellen's yard,
Yeah.
and she gets mad.
She gets
Right?
She doesn't deserve it.
She says, "You get out of here." When? Right, meow. And then and guys. But what I'm saying is, if cats are outside, they're gonna go to yards, and
They're gonna chase birds.
it's what a cat's
Does
built for.
Do you? Okay.
Like cats? Yes.
We grew up with cats. I was going to ask you.
I would have cats.
Does anyone in here? Your family's allergic, right? Mine is.
Everyone but me.
Okay, same.
That's why it's the reason I don't have chats.
Hope's not allergic to cats.
Golly, I want to listen. Me walking a cat on a leash in the summertime in some like hoochie daddy shorts on some speed skates, crop top summer.
Yeah. Brat summer, cat summer.
Demure. Demure. Listen, it's chat brat summer, and I'm feeling demure. Hi, Gene. Just in the neighborhood. No, it's I got a chat.
Listen,
His name's Kevin.
It's a great cat name. I feel like my thoughts on cats have changed over the years because we grew up with cats. I'm going to say a couple names of felines and see if you remember. Do you remember Feisty?
I don't remember Feisty.
Do you remember Biscuit?
I don't remember Biscuit.
Do you remember Blossom?
I remember Blossom.
Obviously, you remember Ozzy.
I remember Ozzy. Ozzy was my feral cat that I brought home.
In your baseball glove.
In my baseball glove.
You were doing baseball stuff.
I was doing baseball stuff, and I came home with a chat. A chat noir.
You did.
It was very French of me. And because I did. I scooped him up in my glove, and he was tiny and malnourished, and I held him in my glove all practice and brought him home. And his name was Ozzy, after Ozzy Smith.
Because you were playing shortstop.
Mm-hmm, and he was actually a girl. And
yes.
We discovered that later. But you know what? Ozzy stuck until Mom decided to name him Turd. And
that's what
Crendy.
And that's what we called her for years.
Yeah.
She was not nice.
She's still alive somewhere.
Probably.
She's out here on a leash. JK, that cat chewed through a leash.
She did.
And don't be on roller skates when you're holding a leash with that cat attached, because you're going Mach 10 down the street.
Yeah, I was going to say she'll tangle you up your legs.
She was diabolical.
She was. You saved her life. How dare she? But
Leo.
I have currently in my neighborhood someone that I have named the sewer cat.
That was my nickname in high school.
We live down at the end of a cul-de-sac, which is a French a French term. Speaking of France.
What does it mean?
I don't know. I'll need to find out.
Producer, will you look up what cul-de-sac means?
Yeah. Do your job. So, and there's a sewer right at the sewer drain, a grate right at the end of the street. And this beautiful cat, it's like a long-haired calico. I think it belongs to someone, but it jumps down into the sewer all of the time. And it's a long drop down there. And I know cats are very, dexterous, and they got 9 lives, guys. But anyway, sewer cat, I want to know its story. Doesn't wear a collar.
Well, it's because it's a sewer cat.
Maybe it's feral.
You can't harness a sewer cat. Producer, worst search ever. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole. It literally, all it says is, do you know what he sent me? It says, pourquoi dit-on cul-de-sac? That's all it says.
Why?
Oui.
Cool. Thanks. Speaking of pets, speaking of feral pets.
Go ahead.
Dolce & Gabbana has released a new fragrance called Fifi.
Okay.
And it's for dogs. Dolce & Gabbana dog perfume.
Yeah.
Called Fifi.
That's stupid.
It's an alcohol-free scented mist that blends fresh and delicate notes of ylang-ylang, musk, and sandalwood.
Sure.
It's $108 for about 3 ounces.
Sure.
And there are people who purchase this.
Yep.
For their furry friends. Vets are saying this is not good because it might interfere with their sense.
Pheromones and scents and things. Dogs live in a smell world.
Yes, they do. But it might cover up bad odors that could be a symptom of diseases. And to that I say, maybe that's why we're trying to spritz them.
Well, but
if they're smelling foul.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like a rich person who would rather their dog die smelling nice.
No.
You smell like sick.
Fifi.
Fifi for you.
$108 for 3 ounces.
Mr. Pickles, you smell like sickness. Spruts. Now go die pretty. I went Rihanna too. My accents are all coming together in one.
When Leo gets groomed, do they put cologne on him?
No.
Do they don't? See, sometimes our dogs come home smelling very cologne-y.
Maybe. I don't know.
And I don't like it. It makes me sneeze.
They wash him. I don't know if they do a spray or anything, but he smells nice when he gets groomed.
Yeah. Sometimes they do a little cologne spritz, or like it's a seasonal spritz, like sugar cookies or like pumpkin spice.
They put a bandana on him, and he looks very dapper.
He looks so dapper.
He's a dapper boy, as he is literally gnawing his back leg off as we speak.
He's so sweet.
He's pretty gross.
I just want to share this very quickly because, news changes so quickly. I already feel behind. But some of us were getting very excited, speaking of pumpkin spice, about a Spice Girls reunion.
No.
It's not happening now.
It shouldn't.
Because you know why?
Is Jerry gumming up the works?
There's a feud.
Is it?
I'm going to let you guess between which two.
Jerry.
And?
You know what? I feel like it's Victoria. No, she's too milquetoast. I actually, and you know what? That's coming from a place of love because I watched the Beckham documentary and I quite like her. But in terms of the context of the group, she's a little milquetoast.
Yeah.
Scary is the first guess. But I'm gonna go shoot from the hip and I'm gonna say baby.
It's Scary.
Dang it!
It's Scary. Jerry and Scary. Apparently, again, guys, I don't want to put fake news out there.
Ginger was always the problem.
This is according to
Ginger Spice.
popculture.com.
Ginger Spice was the one who wanted the fame the most, based on the dozens of Spice Girl documentaries that I watch weekly.
Yeah.
And she was the one who tried to go solo and break out and do her own thing.
I do remember
and
that.
She has since married a very wealthy, like British, whether it's businessman or like heir to something or whatever. So she's like a socialite in the scene.
She feels like she doesn't need the other gals, maybe.
She or she's demanding higher pay, or she's trying to get top billing or something. It's like, no. Do you know what the Spice Girls brought to the world? Girl power.
Yeah, they did.
And you know what girl power is? Girl power is about
priceless
equity.
Yes.
Across the female gender.
Shattering glass ceilings.
Women lifting each other up. Giant platform shoes lifting women up.
Right.
Bad dancing.
Really bad.
Slightly better singing. Sporty and Scary. Only good singers of the bunch.
Great fashion. I will tell you.
Have you watched the Spice World movie?
Oh gosh, it's so bad.
But it's rewatchable.
It's so bad.
It's so campy though. It's like
time.
It's such British camp though.
Yeah. Oh gosh, we're really. How's your algorithm? Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, guys. We'll follow up with it, but I'm really sad because I kind of would have gone to that reunion tour. Okay, algorithm.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, same. Politics, more Ray gun. She's still here a week later.
Flat Earth. It's global warming's a hoax.
Conspiracies. What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
We had to do some fast forwarding, but because Ben loves time travel, I watched the original Terminator with him, and he loves like bad special effects. So the first Terminator's got some.
He does love bad special effects.
He loves them.
He does.
The first Terminator's got some real stinkers in it at places, and so he loved that. So that's going to be mine. And also listening to a record recommended by dear friend Tom. You'd like it. Artist named Abby Holiday.
Okay.
The album is called "Crack a Smile, Come Stay for a While," which is
like that
great
title.
All her song titles rule. She has a song called Steve Martin. It's awesome. It's great.
Okay.
I've been listening to it on a loop. It's awesome. Anyway.
Okay. I've been watching the new, speaking of Paris, Emily in Paris. It's bad, guys. It was time to hang up the beret last season. It's not good.
God, that's a great review for Rotten Tomatoes. Like just a critic review. It's time to hang up the beret.
It's not good. Also, I watch it largely for the fashion. The fashion's weird this time around.
Leo.
It's odd. He's crawling in my lap right now. Okay. So Emily in Paris, I watched a little bit. Oh, no. Sorry, skipping ahead. I've been listening to, and I want to plug this again. For any history nerds out there, here's where it gets interesting with Sharon McMahon, the Man of Steel podcast about Stalin.
Oh, gosh.
I am such a history nerd, but what a fascinating individual. I find myself listening to this, and I'm like, real life is more interesting than fiction. Truly.
Interesting individual.
What a life.
Not a great hang.
No.
Not a great hang, Joe.
What a horrible man.
J-Bones.
But what a life story.
Sure. Well,
Okay,
listen. Okay. Come on.
Just giving me kisses. What's your warm heart?
Oh, were you asking him? You were
What's your
looking.
warm heart, Leo?
You were looking dead at him.
It's me. What's yours?
Gosh, I don't. Let's just say this has been an interesting week with transitioning into new school and stuff. But I've spent a lot of time with Benny working through all of that, and that's going to be mine.
Oh, totally. Love that. Mine's community, man. We need it in tough times. So community, super grateful for mine.
A lot of France in this episode.
So much France.
More French than I would care for.
I always want more.
We talk a lot of France, and then we tie a Stalin bow on it on the end of the episode.
Always.
Anyway, very European. Thanks, guys.
Guys, we'll get it together.
We won't.
We'll
Stalin
try to
wasn't
be
European
more present
either, right?
online.
Stalin was Russian?
Russian.
That's not European.
Georgian,
Anyway,
actually.
well, I do declare, sugar.
No.
All right, thanks, guys, for listening to
Okay, guys.
Bye.
Bye.